where I get most of my practice, and I listen to a lot of music that has lots of heavy percussion and experimental, like computerized drums. So that's where I draw a lot of my inspiration from. Yeah, so we moved here, my family, in 2016 when my dad was offered a job at Calvin Christian High School, teaching art and some like other history and Bible stuff in the junior high and high school. And when we were doing our church search, we found Crossroads. We just loved it so much that we had to stay. So now my parents are up in Washington, but I've decided to stay here for college. I do have to commute a little bit, but if that just means coming a little less often, then I'm fine with that as long as I still get to come here. I really enjoy it. On the praise team since about 7th grade, I'd say. I came every once in a while to sing with my parents when they were on, just for a song or two. And then eventually, when I started to learn hand percussion, like the djembe and the cajon, that's when I started helping more in the instrumental department. And eventually, I learned how to play the trap set. Lots of practice and repetition allowed for me to play nearly every week if I wanted to. I'm happy to say that a lot of my generation is now looking for that something to ground themselves and to find that purpose in their spiritual life. So for me, it's Crossroads because it has been my weekly bread from the sermon for a long time. And I can definitely say that it is fulfilling to me every week to be able to come out here, use the gifts that God has given me to praise and to play songs and just to have a lot of fun here every week. And you don't necessarily have to be an expert to play. I remember when my sister was just picking up the guitar, she was allowed to play and she just played some simple chords, but she still had a lot of fun. And when I was younger, I was not good, but they still let me play. So whether it's singing or playing an instrument or just lending your gifts of planning and song directing, or if you want to be on our video team or something like that, using your gifts in a place of worship is very fulfilling. Yeah, I graduated as valedictorian of the Calvin Christian class of 2025. That was a big accomplishment for me. To transition or just to add some spice to the song, so a classic one that I learned when I was younger is just eighth notes in the last two beats, so and hit on the one on the cymbal. So like you do a simple groove. And then when you get into more advanced stuff, I just play on that. It's just eighth notes, but I just bass it on the snare, and then I branch out to more toms, so it's. And yeah, it's all about just taking the basics and just adding on to it. That's how I like to play.